Hello, everyone. Today we are going to check out Dorothy's house. I just remembered that I never did do a final video showing how it all came together. So I'm going to just give it a little spin here. I'm going to use my He-Man sword so that I can poke it because I'm sitting so far away I can't actually reach it. And you can see where the top and the bottom don't really line up too good. I just don't have it sitting there very well. So pretty much I guess if you've been watching the little series, you've just seen how all this has come together. But this is how it looks. I'm really happy with this. Now there is one little thing. Let me get it back around here. So like stop it there. Watch, I'm gonna, like when I let it go, it still wants to spin. So I gotta hold it in place there. So like this part of the house, like from here to here, I kind of wish this part was wider and came out a little bit more, but it don't, so it is what it is. Now there is another little detail that I didn't put down here on the door, but nobody's really going to know that. It ain't like everybody knows that door that well, so they're not going to know if it even looks like it or not. But again, this isn't like an exact replica, but it's pretty close. So this is the outside. I'm really excited about how it all looks. And again, everything looks better in real life. The little detail, and like back when I painted it, it's got that little crackle to the paint, so it looks really old. But I'm really happy with how the outsides looked. So I'm gonna take the top off and we'll check out the insides. All right, so let's take off the top. And then here's the inside. So we're going to look at it kind of in a little spin here. Now I had these three little milk cans sitting there, and I took those three out and put one big one there, and you'll see that better in the pictures. And then let me see, what else did I maybe do later on. I don't think I did anything different. I did go in and I glued the pillows in place. I glued the rugs down um, because I just didn't want to have to fool with the pillows moving all the time. I done the same thing on Dorothy's bed. And then some things that I didn't want to move, but I thought maybe in the future I'd want to move them. I used museum wax because that way you can just take it apart. But the museum wax holds it pretty good until you do want to move it. Um, but I was thinking there was something I specifically wanted to point out, but I don't remember. Maybe there wasn't. But this is how it all looks, and I'm going to grab the little characters and we'll stand them kind of where they need to be. All right, so here is Uncle Henry. Let's get a better look at him. He's in here talking to Miss Gulch, who is here to get Toto. And of course, she's not very nice. She is got her bicycle, which I did not make the bicycle, but I did make this really cool basket for it. That looks pretty good. I swear, I think the bottom looks better than the sides, but there's her little bicycle. And then in the kitchen, we got Annie M making her crullers. And then back here in Dorothy's room, we got Dorothy. And I don't think I ever showed this, but I kind of thinned out her hair. Her hair was so big, and I thinned it out some. She looks a lot better with her hair not so big. So she looks way better. She actually had three curls hanging down, and I took them all out but one, and it just looks better for the scale. And of course, we got Toto. Toto 2. You gotta have Toto in there. So there's my little Toto. And we'll just stick him right there for now. And then gotta keep watching that camera. It wants to blur and focus and blur. So I think we've pretty well seen everything. I think we'll get the best look here in the pictures. And then there's some little hidden details in this closet door, if I could get it open. Of course, there's the ruby slippers down there. And then there's this little picture hanging on the door that is actually a picture of me as the Wicked Witch of the West. And I don't know why I put that in there. I just thought it'd be some cute little Easter egg for people to see if they're ever looking at it. All right, now there is one thing around here that I wanted to show. Um, in the kitchen, we of course have this table with some things on it, and we've got this little sink area with a hand pump. And whoops, watch me drop it. So I've got a little curtain there, and I did have it over on this side of the door, but I liked it better over here because the way you pump the water, you have to raise this up and down, and if it was over on this wall, it would hit the wall and you wouldn't be able to pump the water. So I put it over here where you could still pump the water. And then I just stuck the table over on that side, and I've also put this little white cat in here because in the scene in the tornado or the twister, there's a lady sitting in a chair and she's got a white cat on her lap. So that little cat is just paying homage to that little lady in the twister. And of course, we've all seen my little uh, Easter eggs for the witch. I made her a broom. It is sitting down in that corner. Glenda has this little pink bubble snow globe thing sitting there. The scarecrow's diploma is in this chair. There's a picture of the lion over on the wall. And then the Tin Man has a funnel, and it's actually, well, it's actually barely can see it, but it's right down here on the porch, and I actually glued that in place because I didn't want to lose it. But I'm really tickled with how this project's turned out. I hope everyone else has enjoyed it. So if you like this and like my little dollhouses I've been making, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And you can check out my other projects. I've got Beauty and the Beast that I'm working on, I Dream a Genie, a mid-century house, the Munsters, and I'm going to do something Harry Potter. I've got something in mind for Harry Potter that I'm excited to talk about sometime, and just a couple other small things. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so one more thing. I knew I was going to think of something that I just really wanted to get in this video is a bathroom. Back in the old days, people didn't have a bathroom. They had an outhouse. So that's my excuse for not working in a bathroom in this house. And the other thing is I made that tiny little picture of Annie M and Dorothy together that I had in her basket. And back when I made that in another video, I mean, it's just this tiny little picture that's not even the size of my thumbnail. I remember saying that I would probably lose it, and of course, guess what? I lost it. I have been looking ever since I posted that video. I've been trying to find that silly little picture, and I never did find it. I'll eventually have to just print another one, but I just wanted to mention that, but it will be seen in the pictures. I'll just pull up an old picture where I had it done, and of course, y'all can see it through there. But anyway, I will see you all in the next video.